Welcome to Reviews of Ryan, and today on the channel I'm going to be talking about the brand new action thriller film that's in theaters and on demand right now called The Contractor. This film was directed by Tarek Sella, and I would like to ask you guys, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, turn on the notifications so you never miss any videos that I make, and comment below your thoughts on The Contractor. A discharged U.S. Special Forces Sergeant James Harper risks everything for his family when he joins a private contracting organization. The film stars Chris Pine, Gillian Jacobs, Sandra Thomas, Toby Dixon, Dustin Lewis, Brian LaFontaine, Corey Scott Allen, Ben Foster, Tyner Rushing, and Kiefer Sutherland. So this film, I would not be surprised the people that are watching this, they probably have not heard of this film. There really was no promotion for this film at all, and I really didn't know what was going to be expected for this film. I kind of had the lowest of expectations going into this film, and I was trying to think of the last film that I've seen Chris Pine in. But for this film, he is a sergeant that is on leave because he got injured, and he is kind of cheating the system a little bit and taking these performance enhancing drugs, and they find out in the military that he's doing this, and they end up discharging him, and they give him no benefits. He has bills piling up and a family to take care of, and he really needs to find some type of job to pay these bills. And so he has a friend that he used to be in the military with. He introduces him to Kiefer Sutherland in this, and they have a job for him. And this job is to go to Germany and basically find out about the spread of this virus, kind of like a COVID virus. And that is really the basis of story of this film. This film with the characters, I feel like I say this a lot on my channel, but a lot of the characters in this are not really developed. There's a lot of sad characters that really don't really matter in this, but Chris Pine's character is really developed in this. They really do a good job of letting you know how passionate he is about his country. Maybe a little bit too much at times, but I really liked how they developed his character. And this film has some pretty good action scenes. I really was interested in the action that was going on and the choreography that went down. I really thought that they did a pretty good job with those action scenes. There's not really a lot of action scenes in the film, but when there is, it's enough to get through and you feel like you're satisfied with these action scenes. I think what really kind of hurts this film is it really has kind of a paper thin kind of story to it. And they get to this foreign country and they find this scientist and they're kind of studying his every move. And when they approach the scientist and have this particular scene with the scientist, it was very easy to figure out what was kind of going on. And it feels from that point forward, it seems a little predictable. You have some action scenes followed by that, but there really isn't too much else to the story, and I think that's really what really brings the film down for me. You feel kind of invested, but at times there are parts where it feels a little bit slower. And then the fact that Chris Pine is kind of really by himself to carry this movie because really none of the other characters are really that interesting. It was kind of a waste to really involve his family because they're only really in the beginning of the film and they really don't really do anything else with the family after that. I really thought they could have did more with that because of what the setup of this film was and where it was going. I thought they could have involved them more in the film. And it just feels like a lot of the characters just seem kind of wasted and really just, they seem kind of wooden. But I really did like this one particular action scene that I do want to point out where it takes place in a sewer and Chris Pine is involved in a couple of guys that he's fighting. I thought that the choreography was really good in that. And there is a little bit of blood in this film. I wouldn't say it's the most violent film. It's just not something where there is a ton of explosions or a ton of action throughout the film, but there is enough here, I think, to entertain those action enthusiasts. The villain that is technically in this film, he really isn't that strong of a villain, and by the time that the film actually wraps up and we kind of get the gist of where this film is going, I just felt that it was a little bit lackluster. It was really too abrupt for me. It seems like we have this build up and when we get to the ending, it seems like they just hurry up and hit the fast forward button and we're going to hurry up and end this film. And I really wish that there was a little bit more kind of meat to that ending. I really don't have any other thoughts about this film. It's a pretty straightforward film. It's very easy to figure out. There isn't really any big twists. There's enough action. There's some really good fighting scenes. There's some good shootouts. There's not a lot, but there's enough here to entertain the audience. It does get a little bit slow at times, and the characters are not always developed, but it's one of those films, if you get bored, definitely take a shot at streaming it. I think it's at least worth your time in that aspect. I'm gonna give a score of this film a 2.5 out of 5. It's an okay film. I don't know if I would really revisit it anytime soon. I definitely don't think I would add this into my collection. It's just an okay film. I definitely enjoyed certain aspects of the film, but it's not a film that I'm kind of jumping for joy and saying, yes, this is gonna be a day one pickup. But I enjoyed it enough, and I hope that you guys enjoy it as well. Thank you guys for watching this review, and I'll see you guys on my next one.